Hello, this is Antara from Impact, and joining me today is someone who has turned a humble dosa into a viral sensation. With lines of people waiting outside his cafe, he has done everything organically with no agencies or no paid media. So here we have with us today Mr. Akhil Iyer from Benne, and let's hear from him the secret behind this massive wave. Welcome, Akhil.
Thank you, Antada. A pleasure to be on your channel.
So, seeing your organic growth, 40,000 followers on Instagram has been impressive. So, what has been your marketing strategy or content strategy for this traction in 2025, especially?
Um, I don't think we ever saw follower count as a yardstick for anything. Whatever we tried to do, there was only one strategy, which was to try to be honest and try to tell the tell the real story of what it is behind the scenes of setting up a cafe as two complete outsiders, as people who are not from the hospitality business, not from a restaurant background. Um, yeah, I think strategy wise, it was just to be honest and to show the good and the bad. Yeah.
With over 30 million views and celebrity visits this year, how do you think you have used user generated content and trending reels to guide this virality?
I actually had no idea about that number, but I see personally. I mean, we have to acknowledge the fact that a lot of what happens on social media is luck. It's a little bit of a lottery kind of a thing. Everybody is trying to do good content, but whether how your reel performs, how it does, I don't think anybody can really predict. But if I have to answer your question, we didn't really use user generated content. It kind of happened. We don't. Uh, we largely share or reshare stories that people post, but we don't. We didn't sort of tie up with anybody or do any of those things to sort of create content. Yeah, we did do a few trending type of reels, whether they were ideas or concepts. Like especially in the beginning, we had some really fun ones where Fawad Fasil is going from this way to that way on the pillar. So we did some fun stuff. I think the idea was just to have fun with social media and not take it too seriously and not be too sort of uptight about it. You know? Yeah.
Also, recently I saw one of your reels where you were making dosa.
Yeah.
And there are several other reels and content on social media, which is like tasting chutneys and flipping dosas. So, what was the thought behind this? Did you always want to be a part of the platform?
I mean, when it all happened very organically, when we started setting up Benne, we didn't have a sort of chef. We didn't have, a master chef who had come down from Bangalore to help us set up or anything like that.
Yeah.
A lot of things we learned on our own. We did a lot of research on our own. So the whole seed actually started from when we started setting up Benne, and when we started doing our research, we found that this journey is like really interesting, and it's like a roller coaster, right? There are so many different things that you go through, which you don't, which a person who is just a consumer or person who's not a restaurateur has no idea about. So the idea was to, I mean, like because I'm from a advertising background, because I'm like filmmaker. I like to see stories. I like to tell stories. So Shriya and I just decided that this is such a great story. I don't know why nobody's telling it. So that's why we did it. That's why we started talking about it. I make dosas very often. The initial days I used to make it a lot more. Now we have a good team and they're able to. I mean, they do a really good job, so I don't have to go behind the curtain so much to make dosas. But I love going whenever I'm here. I like to go in for a bit and because I enjoy it myself.
Um, as you said, you are from an advertising background. So,
Yeah.
is there a strategy or a reason behind it that you chose raw storytelling in place of traditional advertising?
Yeah, it's just it's more cost effective.
Okay.
That's it. There's no other reason. Um, for us being the idea about a lot of things about Benne is transparency, right? Like even from outside to inside, you can see everything. From inside to inside the kitchen, you can see everything. It's the same sort of thought process that we carry to social media as well. That you can, there's no like filter, or there's like what you see is what it is. Like there's no, we're not, trying to glam up something. And I think the idea was to be honest. And I think that with that one word, we sort of tried to build a strategy around our social media, that it should not be, it should not be something that is like glossy and pretentious.
Yeah.
The idea is to be real. Yeah.
Also, you spoke about Fahad, Fasil.
Uh-huh.
So, while choosing someone, maybe an influencer or celebrity, how do you choose them? Do you think about their partnership and their equation with the brand?
We didn't choose anyone. I don't know who you're referring to.
Right now, you spoke about
That was a video from like one of his films.
Okay.
It was like a clip that went viral where he's doing this thing and that thing through a pillar. It's not an actual collaboration with him.
Okay.
Yeah. We have not done any collabs with any celebrities or nothing like that.
That.
We have not chosen any influencers. Whoever made content on Benne reached out to us. They came. Whatever they did was them. They did everything. We were just like doing our own thing, and all credit goes to them. We did because we have a collaboration with Indu Ice Cream. So we did a collaborative post with Saloni Kukreja, who's the founder of Indu Ice Cream, and that talks about our collaboration where there's ice creams at Benne. But apart from that, like a lot of people collab. I mean, we get sometimes we get collab requests, but that content is theirs. That's something that they made. It's not, we didn't make any of it. So they did whatever they did. It's not like we have given them an approval or made edits. Oh, what was their experience? They have shown that.
Basically, organic.
Completely organic. Yeah.
Also,
and not paid.
Yeah. Also, while this was the pre-launch excitement was built on Instagram. So, what was your strategy behind it? Because, as you said, people were already, Benne Bandra was quite famous, and then coming to Juhu. So there was a pre-launch excitement that was created. That was a great strategy, actually. So it was.
Yeah, it was intentional to talk about what goes behind setting up a cafe. That is, one of the pillars of what we talk about on social media is that, Shriya Narayan moves. We don't know anything about hospitality. So we wanted to, like, there are so many people who have that inclination or that ambition or that desire of maybe opening a cafe or a restaurant someday. So what we did was just try to show, what does a space go from to what you sort of envision and when you finally have it ready. So we just talked about that. The idea was to, again,
humanize the brand.
Sorry?
Humanize the brand.
Yeah, I mean, the brand is a very human brand, right? That it's an intentional choice that the brand is not like, it's not far away from you, it's close to you, it's just like us. And it is when we talk about the setup or whatever, like you say, pre-launch, it was not really to create a buzz or a hype. It was more to tell the story of how does this happen, how do you actually take a place that is not what you have in mind as a restaurant, and how do you get it to that place, whether it's like kitchen planning or interior design or design choices or even selecting a space. These are all things that a restaurant owner has to go through, but nobody really knows that they go through that process or what it's like. Did I answer it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So Bandra, Benne's kiosks, and there's kiosks, and there's different quirky names for the menus.
In Bandra and in
Acha, it's here as well.
Yeah.
So what did you think about it? Like, will it connect with the audience more, the consumers more?
Yeah, the names idea was like Shriya's idea.
Okay. It's creative, actually.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I remember when she came up with it, I instantly loved it. And again, the idea was just that it was, generally you get an order number. Whenever we have gone to a restaurant, you get a number.
Hmm.
That number makes you feel like, in my mind, makes you feel like, the number 420 kind of a vibe. So we didn't want people to feel like that. We wanted you to feel like you're in Bangalore for a second. So all our names are sort of Bangalore inspired. There many of them are people that we know. My school maths teacher's name is there. Shriya's ex-boyfriend's name is there. So there's a name after Virat, after Anushka, after Deepika, people from Bangalore. So it's just to make you feel like, okay, you're in Bangalore for a second. Many people don't even know. They asked us, what is this? This is not my name. And so we explain it to them, and then they find it interesting. Some people are like, this is random. So it's like a mixed response, but to us, it's another just a fun thing that we wanted to try.
So are you in usual talks with your customers?
Yeah, I love speaking to our guests. I love interacting with them. It's a lot of fun to think about it. Like you're not a restaurateur, right?
No.
Let's say tomorrow you start a cafe.
Yeah.
It's like you're meeting so many, like interesting people who have come to try food that you love.
Yeah.
Kontara, you're Bengali.
Yes, yes.
Right? So imagine like you are making this macher roll and something that you really like, and someone's coming to try it. It's like someone coming to your home, no?
Mm-hmm.
You'd like to speak to them. You'd like to know if they're having a good time, or if there's something you should improve on, if there's some feedback you should get. So yeah, I love speaking to our guests. Sometimes maybe I feel I talk to them too much.
If you consider Benne, it has become a brand before it was a business. So while starting this up, what kind of anticipations do you have for it, and how much of it is fulfilling or more than it?
We didn't have any expectations. We made a lot of conscious choices. We worked a lot on who we want to be and how we see this thing that we are now calling a brand, but how do we envision it and what does it mean to us? So we thought a lot about it. We did exercises, we did workshops around building a brand, around building a cohesive sort of unit. What are the values that we stand for? Beyond just stuff like logo and color palette, like the real deeper questions of, what does this really mean? Why am I doing this? So trying to answer some of those slightly tougher questions, which many people maybe don't think about. Some people do. So it was a very intentional choice. But expectations wise, we didn't have any expectations. Like whatever happens after that is really not in our control. So I can say that we've been very lucky, and it's great to hear you say that it's a brand. I think it's still a brand. We are still building. It's still very young. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to sort of improve on and grow. But great to hear you say that. Thank you.
So something about topical question. With AI rising in the world, do you integrate AI in any of your strategies or marketing techniques?
Yeah, I mean, we do. Not so much in our marketing, but I use AI to problem solve and to sort of discuss a problem statement. Like there are many things I don't know whether it's regard with it. When, like for example, if I have a thought for a kind of equipment which I've not seen somewhere, I will talk to ChatGPT about what could this design look like, or can you help me design? I have this thought. I want to achieve this goal. And so it helps me sort of put my vision in a sort of diagram or something which I can then show, like a kitchen planner or an equipment person to help me design that. And, like other like, I mean, AI is, I think one should embrace it, if you ask me, and learn about how one can sort of interact with it. I don't think it's taken away anybody's job. We still have like everybody that we need, but it helps us optimize a little bit, and try to be more efficient. And as we are like just using not even like 2.2% of what AI is capable of,
Of course.
Yes.
So, unlike other F&B brands, you have focused majorly on emotional and relatability, emotional storytelling and relatability. So, how do you measure success in, like, if you talk about your social media? So despite of the likes and views, that is, of course, it is very impressive. But apart from that, how do you like follow your success?
It's too early for words like success. We're like
Okay.
1 year old. But how I view it positively is when I meet a guest who says that I've been following you from when you were at 100 followers, or I've been following you from before you opened Benne. That to me means a lot. That to me means more than any view or any number of followers or anything like that, because there is a genuine connection that I feel with that person, and I feel like they have enabled us to be where we are today.
Yeah.
So when I meet guests who have been with us on this journey, from the beginning, it really warms my heart. And both Shriya and I, we discuss it sometimes about how lucky we are with the kind of community we have online. It's really rare, and we feel very grateful. But success is like it's like a distant thing right now. We're okay. We're working hard, and hopefully one day it will be like something that we can look back and say, yeah, we built something that we can be proud of, something that has value, something that is human. What you get?
Looking ahead, when you are building Benne in Mumbai and beyond, so what will be your look ahead year for the year 25 and 26? So any new strategies, any new kind of content, anything that you have thought of?
To be honest, I feel like consistency is a very important thing. Like, we are very inconsistent with how often we post and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I think for us, more than like posting more, I feel it's more about posting in a consistent manner, and new strategies really, and no, we don't have anything new like that, but we try to keep doing fun things. We're thinking about maybe doing slightly longer format stuff. We thought about YouTube. We keep thinking about a bunch of things that will give a little bit more insight into what it is behind this little bit of a chaos, madhouse situation. But yeah, so YouTube maybe is definitely something we're thinking about. But apart from that, it all stems from just one word, which is honest. Just trying to be honest.
And what kind of plans do you have to grow your business? More outlets in Mumbai or in different cities really?
Yeah, I mean, plans for the future are in the works, but our focus is always on the now. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we have to open now in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure that we are ready for this thing, for the next customer that's coming in. That is more of our focus. Yes, we do want to open more sort of Bennes in Bombay and in Mumbai and outside. We do want to, but in a sustainable way. I mean, I think it's more important to really understand what we're doing right, do it well, and learn from our mistakes before we start to run and try to open everywhere and compromise quality. Okay.
Lastly, if in one word you want to explain, how will you explain the secret behind this? The secret behind this, you don't call it success, but I'll call it success. So the secret behind this success.
I have a word. It's luck.
Okay.
Just dumb luck. I think we've been very lucky. I'm being honest, because I've been in advertising. I've seen how brands try to communicate and how hard they try, how much money they invest, and many of them don't see results, and some of them do. I think it's a lot. Everyone is trying to do a good job, but eventually someone getting views or someone getting it, I think it has a lot to do with luck, and one cannot. But if I have to, that's not in our control, right? The luck is not in our control. But if I had to say, like, someone who's starting something and they maybe are looking for that one thing, I feel it's important to first understand who you are.
Yeah.
And what does your brand stand for, and then sort of plan a strategy around that.
Full. So I'm done with the questions. It was excellent talking to you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.